In this video, you're going to learn how to take your weaving off of the loom. As you can see, I still have a bunch of loose ends on the side of my woven, kind of looks like a tapestry or a blanket, whatever you want it to be. But I still have all these loose ends on here, and before I take my weaving off the loom, I'm going to want to do something about those loose ends. One thing that you can do is you can actually tuck those in. So what you can do with these little guys is you can actually make a space and kind of tuck these in a little bit. Once it's tucked in, you can close that little gap that you made. It also helps if you do this with a needle. And you can trim off the rest of that little tail. So I've gone ahead and I've tucked this. I'm going to close the little gap that I made, and I'm going to trim that little piece off. If you still have some loose pieces, you can go back and trim it again. The other option is that you can just go ahead and trim them. Once you've done that to all of your loose ends, the next thing to do is actually to take this off of your weaving loom. I'm going to turn this over to the back, and these are all of your warp strings. We're actually going to cut these right through the middle. Like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this to the front. I'm going to pull 2 of these strings out at a time. I'm going to do this pretty gently so that I don't tug too much on my weaving. I'm going to take 2 out at a time, and I'm going to tie these together. So I'm going to tie this once, and then I'm going to tie it again. I'm going to do the same thing for the next 2 strings. I'm going to carefully pull the next 2 pieces out. I'm going to take these 2 strings and I'm going to tie them together and double knot them. By tying these off, you're making sure that all of your weaving that you've done doesn't start to unravel and fall apart, and that these warp strings stay nice and tight and they don't start to slide down. You're going to repeat the process of tying 2 strings at a time all the way across the bottom, and then you're going to repeat the same process on this side as well.